look at this. 150K on the 30-minute chart. Looks like this one's going to be the bread and butter of 15,000%. When you're doing 127 trades and your average trade expectancy is $1,100, things can add up fast. What's going on? It's Ryan here, CEO and head quant at happytrader.io. Today we're going to be looking at the Bitcoin futures. We're going to be running a back test using our indicator happytrader.io sentiment AI with the Lumitrend. Now you see it, now you don't, now you see it again. And you can see that we had this huge uptrend signal. We're looking at the 1 hour chart, so we're way out there. And we have our buy signal and our uptrend signal. And man, this thing has ran. It started running on Monday. We had our signal, and this thing has just been going up and up and up with barely any break. Now, if we go down to maybe like the 45-minute chart, kind of the same thing. If we go down to the 15-minute chart, a little choppier, right? So if we reset the chart view here, you can see that there are opportunities to catch trades on both sides of the market. Now, because we're in a bull market with Bitcoin, we're not going to be doing any type of strategy that's going to result in a net short. So we're going to be doing the long only back test, and we're going to go ahead and activate our back tester. And then the first thing we want to do here is just set a small account size. We're going to use $1,000. Not everybody has 100K in their account. We're just going to use one contract for the amount of futures contracts, and we're not going to pyramid orders, meaning orders in succession. So we're going to set our back tester up. We're going to make sure the first things first, we're going to go all the way out to the 45-minute chart, more of a swing trade, kind of see what's going on here. You can see that we have a superimposed buy AI here, and then we have our close entry for the buy AI on the downtrend. So essentially, we're trading from the happy trader uptrend to the downtrend signals. We're not trading using these buy and sell signals here because a lot of those signals are false. You can see here, case in point, you got a sell signal here, and then you just get blown back out to the upside with a huge drawdown. So you need to be careful about that. So this is not super trend. This is happytrader.io. And we want to make sure that you're aware that we're using the uptrend and the downtrend signals, and we're taking our trade and entering on the uptrend and closing on the downtrend. So let's go into the strategy tester. We have on deep back testing. That's going to allow us to set our time threshold and 0101, and then we'll do 2024 31. So that's today. So we're going to go ahead and generate a report, and you can see just a phenomenal result here. And not the fact that it's necessarily 7,000%, which is really funny that we could flip 1K all the way up to 74K. I mean, that's just absurd, right? You have to remember that the notional value that you're carrying with these futures is extremely high. From 1,000 to 74,000, we never dipped down at all on the swing trading chart. So that's great. We only had 94 closed trades in the entire period, and you would have just had to have set an alert, just add a simple alert here, just buy signal AI, that's it, and then sell signal AI to close the trade, and that's what you would get. So the average trade expectancy would be $789. That's not too bad. That's almost 1%. And then we have our list of trades, and you can see the entire trade log right here, starting with this massive trade. Now, one thing I want to point out, I know I repeat this again and again, the percent profitable is not necessarily going to be indicative of the expectancy of the strategy. And you can see that here. Now, did we have a lot of carve out drawdowns? Yes, we did. But did they get bought back up? Yes, they did. So a lot of people would take profit at these zones and here and kind of like selling into strength. But we're just going strictly machine, very robotic. So it'll be just signal to signal to signal to signal. And it's just our happy trader uptrend to downtrend signals that are giving us 94 trades. So we have that percent profitable of just 1 out of 3 trades. Well, why is that the case, you might ask? Well, we do lose a lot more trades than we win. That's true. But happy traders set up to where your winners are going to substantially dwarf your losers. And you can see case in point right here, even with just the first trade. And then you had a string of losers, and you're probably, if you're a human trader, you're thinking, oh man, is this thing going down? Like what's happening? Bear market? And then bam, you just get these crazy signals here, 8,000 there, you got 1,900 there. You did take a pretty big loser there. I mean, that was just a straight up loser. But on a lot of these trades, you can see, interesting enough, that even if you go signal to signal, you had a chance to get out with a profit. When we're running these back tests, what we're trying to do is showcase the overall expectancy of a strategy. We're not necessarily saying, hey, this is how you have to trade happy trader, right? Signal to signal. We're showing you that if you use our signals, they tend to get the direction right for the larger moves, right? And that's what's really important is overall expectancy of the trades. And you can see $49,000 profit there, $42,000 profit there. And you can see the profit started to kind of compound a little bit over the course of time, even though we were only using one contract. So if we were to go up to 2, 3, 4 contracts, we could scale this thing up. But you can see 7,417%, not too shabby. For contrast, in comparison, the S&P 500 does 7 to 11% per year. Now, let's go out a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour chart and run the same test. See what we get. We get 4650 with some really cavernous drawdowns there. You can see these are tough to stomach. You really got to almost not be looking at the account. But Happy Trader, it's just showing the accuracy and the expectancy of Happy Trader is so strong. Now your number of trades goes down the further you go out. If you go all the way out to the 4 hour chart, let's see how many trades we had there. And we had only 12 trades, but look, we went under a little bit there. We had a drawdown of 5,300, it looks like, and it kind of like double tapped that drawdown. So you would have got margin called on this if you had just $1,000 in your account. So 10,000 bucks would have been great. But hey, 6,700, right? The expectancy in 12 trades. Not bad at all, right? So if you're not using your monkey brain and you're just kind of going signal to signal with these things, it takes a lot of the emotion out of it. Now, you can see the drawdown was just absolutely wild on this, but that's the trade-off. And, for all things in Wall Street, there's no free lunch. So 12 trades, the trade-off there is going to be some big drawdowns, okay? And at the end of the day, the expectancy looks good, but you can see the trades here, our winners are substantially bigger than our losers here. Let's find the biggest loser that we have. We had a couple, but look, come on. Can't argue with that, right? But again, this is leverage. So I'm not telling you to go out there and like buy Bitcoin futures and trade signal to signal because your risk tolerance may not be there. And again, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. This is all for educational purposes. And I'm not telling you how to trade. So, with that being said, I'm really impressed. So let's go to some more time frames here and see what we have. So let's go down a little bit. Let's head down into the 30-minute chart. We started with the 45-minute chart. Okay, so we had a little bit of dip, but look at this. 150K on the 30-minute chart. Looks like this one's going to be the bread and butter of 15,000%. And your average trade expectancy is, $1,100. And things can add up fast. So that's how leverage works. But it can also work that way against you. So if you were to, maybe go short only, you might be negative 1,500%. So because we know we're kind of in a bull market here and Bitcoin's been going up, we are doing the long only back test, right? So 15,000, 150,000. If we look at the list of trades here, just absolutely absurd. There's way more trades, but you can see again, the theme remains consistent that we have about that 1 out of 3 trades won. So our win rate is low, but our winners vastly outsize our losers. And that's the key with Happy Traders. So again, you could just set alerts, get your uptrend, downtrend alerts, whatever. Let's go down to the 15-minute chart and see what we have there. And it should start to get a little more choppy. Okay, no, not too bad. I was expecting a little worse than that. And yeah, this one didn't even take a drawdown. So off 1,000, we had $162,000 profit. Another very desirable result there. The percentage gains on futures with crypto can be insane, but you need to be on the right side of the trade, like I said before. And then, we should have one here where we're just getting hosed. Let's try the 5-minute chart. It's still pretty good. So yeah, Happy Trader for futures, what it's really, shown us is that with futures, Happy Trader does really well with the long only if you're in a bull market, right? So if you're in a chop market, I'm not giving you advice on what to do, but you may want to sell options out of the money. I know Bitcoin doesn't really have that, but if you go to let's go to another ticker, we can go to like Tesla, something else that's very volatile, and you can see that you can sell put vertical spreads down here and call vertical spreads up here if we're going a little more sideways. But that's going to be the video for today. That's just looking at a lot of different time frames for the Bitcoin futures. My name's Ryan from Happy Trader, CEO and head quant. Have a great day and happy trading.